Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, good. Hey, welcome to another edition of BeerAmerica.tv, and we are talking another beer topic.
Beer topics.
Beer topics. So what do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about how fast things are moving right now.
It seems at a lightning speed, and what I'm seeing, and let me just throw this out there, and you can talk to this, it's like a lot of these brewers can't brew enough beer. It's an issue with you. You can't brew, you can't meet demand. It's really hard to do, but some of them, and I'm thinking of two, of Oscar Blues and New Belgium, are actually opening satellite breweries now, right? I mean, other breweries in other parts of the country. I mean, that's growth to me. I mean, from the outset, it's like, okay, just open up another brewery. That's...
Yeah, the running joke right now is everybody is opening a second location in Nashville, North Carolina.
In Nashville, yeah, right, exactly.
So the new, we're going to break ground in Nashville
right.
in about a month.
Yeah, there you go. Announced right here, right now. Moon River, yeah, is going to be opening up in Nashville, right? So you as being on the board of directors at the Brewers Association, you know, you see it a lot. You guys talk about it a lot, I'm sure. Talk a little bit about what you think our audience should know.
Well, I mean, in terms of strategic planning, obviously we're looking at how we can continue to grow craft beer.
Responsibly.
Responsibly,
right.
Yeah, sure. But I think even beyond that, I think the real head scratching comes in about, you know, what are the implications of all this growth? I mean, what's gonna? I mean, there's just so many things that we haven't quite seen yet in terms of you know, pipeline issues like being able to access materials to brew the beer.
Right. Okay.
There's the whole labor force. You know, we talk a lot about creating jobs, especially in reference to the excise tax bill that we've been working on. But you know, here it is. It's coming. All these jobs are going to be available, and there's a whole new crop of new brewers that don't exist yet.
Right.
And,
right.
So,
and you and I were talking a little bit about this in the past, that, you know, that's a big issue, because it's not, brewing beer is not, it's not a simple, mindless process. I mean, there are mundane things about it, but there's a lot of science that goes into what you do. You have to have knowledge to do what you do and do it right.
yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22, because on one hand, at least in a production environment, now brew pubs, even in our brew pub, I mean, you know, the day-to-day, week in, week out, we do brew a lot of the same recipes, but, you know, we do have a little bit more creative interplay than maybe a lot of production breweries do. But in a production brewery, I mean, you are literally brewing the same beers, you know, day in and day out, and it can be a little bit monotonous.
Right.
The challenge is you do have to have people that have a basic skill set related to beer, you know, the science background, the mechanical aptitudes. So, you know, the challenge is, where are we going to get all these people that have these aptitudes,
right?
But they can also still kind of stick with the grind of it, you know.
And then there's always that worry that some people who might not be ready for it, they charge in, they open a brewery, and they don't brew such great beer, not for the lack of trying. And then all of a sudden, the craft beer, when it just starts gaining momentum, you get those players that might say, you know, somebody's first craft beer, and it's a big issue. If they try it and it's no good, it might be their last craft beer. You never know. I mean, quality is a serious issue.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we're concerned with is, you know, we have a big surge to get into the market right now, and hoping that, you know, all these people that are coming to the market are going to be able to serve it well. Yeah, so there's a lot of challenges in those regards as well.
So what does the future hold? I mean, this blog is going to take place in 2012. I mean, where do you see the industry in 5 years, John?
I think that in the next couple of years we'll probably see another shakeout. I'm a little bit reluctant to use the word shakeout, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it'll be. You'll have a bunch of people getting in that are not going to make it. You know, these things go in cycles, and we've already been through several cycles like that.
Right.
Since I've been in the business, I don't know, roughly 17, 18 years now. And it'll happen again. Now, the good news for craft beer is that we've never really had a downturn. We've just had some kind of flat times.
Right.
But we've had good steady growth over the years.
Right.
So we're just seeing a nice little spike pretty significant spike right now.
Right.
But what we talk about this, 10 to 12% of market share that's sort of up for grabs at this point. Domestic beer sales, or I should say, the premium lager market is down. You've got imports, and you've got liquor and wine. So there's room for us to penetrate a lot further. It'll just be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
So we've broken the 2,000 brewery mark in 2012. Where do you think in 2017? 3,000 breweries, 2,500. It'll balance out at some point, and then it'll just there'll already be a brewery in every town. And what do you think?
What a lot of people say nowadays is that we're going to see things kind of move more towards lots more small, local type breweries.
Local is good.
We're seeing a lot more nano breweries emerging that are producing just unbelievably small amounts of beer, but are apparently doing just fine. So that'll be interesting to kind of see how the nano brewery end of things kind of shake out. And obviously we have some very well established players, the New Belgiums and the Sierra Nevadas and those type of companies that will continue to grow and be strong and steady. And there'll be others that kind of step into that realm, and others that already have kind of gotten into that realm.
Sure.
So
cool. Anything else you can think of about?
It's the old curse. May you live in interesting times.
Yeah. Well, they certainly are in this industry. I mean, it's crazy. It's craziness in a good way. I mean, good local, crazy. And it's good crazy. And I love the whole local thing, whether it's food or whether it's beer or whatever it is. That's the beauty of this industry, the craft, is that the beer you're going to get in Maine is not going to be the same beer you get in Southern California. They think differently. It's local. It's regional, and I love that.
That's sort of an interesting segue to yet another kind of topic in here, and that is beer culture and how do we maintain it as we grow as an industry.
Right.
We have this great community of brewers. Sam Calagione, I think, said years ago, the industry is 99% asshole free. I think that is another concern: is will it still be 99% asshole free?
Right. The last thing you want to do is start.
Are we already arguably down to 97%?
Yeah, right. Chipping away. Still all right though.
So yeah, we've got to stick together on these things.
Cool. Excellent. Well, there you go. Any questions or comments about the growth of craft beer? Paul at BeerAmerica.tv.
Pick at BeerAmerica.tv.
And also a great resource, craftbeer.com.
Indeed.
It's another great resource if you have not gone there to find out inside what's going on in the industry.
And the craftbeer.com, of course, is a consumer facing, but if you want to dig a little deeper, you can even check out thebrewersassociation.org. And there is both members portions of the site and non-member portions of the site, but it's just chock full of good stuff, and I'm still finding things that I didn't realize were there. So
make sure you like us on Facebook too, because we do like to share all of that information. If you don't happen to be on those sites, we'll put it on our Facebook page. So like us.
All right.
Because we like you. Cheers.
Ching.